Hello friends, today we are going to discuss another important topic from H1NMR spectroscopy, that is effect of hydrogen bonding on chemical shift. So friends, you know that the compounds having functional groups like amino, carboxylic acid, phenolic, alcoholic, thiophenols or thiols have a proton which is attached to the heteroatoms like sulfur, oxygen or nitrogen. So this proton which is attached to the heteroatom shows extremely variable absorption positions over a wide range in H1NMR spectroscopy, and this is due to hydrogen bonding. So let's see how the hydrogen bonding affect the chemical shift of this type of protons. So before we go for the chemical shift value, let's see what is meant by hydrogen bonding. Hydrogen bond or hydrogen bonding is nothing but it's a dipole-dipole interaction between covalently bonded hydrogen atom and a very electronegative atoms such as nitrogen, oxygen and fluorines. So friends, here you can see there is a hydrogen bond between this pink oxygen and hydrogen. So these are the dipole-dipole interaction between the extremely electronegative atom like oxygen and a covalently bonded hydrogen. So this is a hydrogen bond. And here you can see in the salicylic acid also we have hydrogen bond between oxygen and hydrogen. Okay, oxygen, carbonyl oxygen and the hydrogen. So if the hydrogen bonding occurs between two or more different types of molecule, it is called as intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Okay, here are two or more water molecule, alcohol molecule or any other molecule which can form the hydrogen bonding, it is called as intermolecular hydrogen bonding. But if the hydrogen bonding occur between a single molecule, that is hydrogen bond acceptor and hydrogen bond donor are from a single molecule, then it is called as a intramolecular hydrogen bonding. So friends, this is a very important part of lecture. As you can see that the intermolecular hydrogen bonding varies with the concentration. As we can change the concentration, the hydrogen bonding can get weaker or get stronger. So it goes on decreasing with decreasing concentration or increasing dilution. Whereas the intramolecular hydrogen bonding does not varies with the concentration. That means if we diluted this solution, there is no effect of dilution on this intramolecular hydrogen bonding. So if these are two facts, then how these facts help us in identifying the intra and intramolecular hydrogen bonding, let's see in the next example. So friends, if we have more concentration, then there will be a more hydrogen bonding in the molecule. As there is a more hydrogen bonding, the hydrogen is in between two electronegative atom and there will be a de-shielding effect and vice versa. So as there is a more concentration, there will be more hydrogen bonding and the more de-shielded will be the protons. As we goes on decreasing the concentration, the delta ppm value also goes on decreasing. Let's see one example. This is a phenol molecule and of course there is only intermolecular hydrogen bonding in the phenol molecule. So if we have neat solution or a neat compound of phenol, then it will show the delta ppm value around 7.45, and if we diluted it or change the concentration of this phenol, then there will be a weakening of intermolecular hydrogen bonding and there will be the decreasing in delta ppm value. You can see 1% of phenol solution have the absorption at 4.37. The OH is shifted from 7.45 to 4.37 as we go on decreasing the concentration, or we can say as we go on increasing the dilution. Understood? The OH resonance of phenol varies with the concentration because of intermolecular hydrogen bonding. But if we take another type of phenol, this is a orthohydroxy acetophenone, which have the OH showing at 12.05 ppm, and it does not show any grade shift upon dilution, because this is a intramolecular hydrogen bonding, and the intramolecular hydrogen bonding does not have any effect of dilution. That means if we change the concentration, intramolecular hydrogen bonding does not change, and therefore the peak of OH appears at 12.05. Let's see how the NMR looks like. So we have two different molecules now. We have methanol here and hexafluoroacetylacetone. These NMRs, the NMR of methanol is shown as A, and methanol of hexafluoroacetylacetone is shown as B. So we have spectra of these two molecules of neat compound, these spectra of neat compound, and you can see the methanol showing intermolecular hydrogen bonding. In as it is a neat, there is a high concentration and there will be more hydrogen bonding. Okay, so the OH of this neat solution of methanol appears around 5 ppm. Okay, whereas there is a intramolecular hydrogen bonding of hexafluoroacetylacetone, and the OH appears around 13. Okay, appears around 13. So if we dilute this compound and record the NMR, let's see how it looks like. So I have another image for you guys of diluted solution. Okay, now you can see when we dilute these compounds, compound number 36 and 37, and record the H1 NMR spectra, the methanol OH, which was appeared at 5 ppm, shifted to around 4 ppm. That means dilution decreases the hydrogen bonding, and as a result the OH is shifted from 5 ppm to 4 ppm. But in case of hexafluoroacetylacetone, there is an intramolecular hydrogen bonding and it does not have any effect of dilution. That means the OH in the neat solution appears at 13 ppm, remains at 13 ppm in case of hexafluoroacetone. Understood? That means intramolecular hydrogen bonding have no effect of dilution and OH will not shift. But if we have intermolecular hydrogen bonding, there is more concentration, there will be more deshielding of OH. But if we decrease the concentration, there will be less deshielding, or we can say there is a shielding of this OH signal, and it appears from 5 to 4. Okay, this is all about the hydrogen bonding in H1 NMR spectroscopy. Now I have a question for you guys. I have shown you the 3 isomers of nitrophenol. This is orthonitrophenol, metanitrophenol and paranitrophenol. So compound A, B and C, you need to comment which one is showing variation in chemical shift upon dilution. So think about intra and intramolecular hydrogen bonding and answer the question. Understood? This is all about the effect of hydrogen bonding on chemical shift. Thank you very much.